Hola! Welcome to our virtual back to school night. My name is Laura Stehr, Senora Stehr, and I teach Español 3 y Español 4. I teach Spanish 3 and 4. Um, First of all, I just want to thank you so much because the students have been great and they've really been respectful of all of the new guidelines and regulations we have to follow. And I feel like we're really making it work. So I really appreciate that. I'm going to go over a little bit about what the class looks like. So whether students are at home or in school with me, they are going to complete a warm-up activity, and this just reviews previously learned information. And after they've done that, then they're going to work individually in pairs, small group, or whole group, and we will do speaking, listening, reading, and writing activities and games in Spanish. I do take the students outside. I try to every day, at least for part of the block, where we can take off our masks, spread out 6 feet apart, and do some activities outside. While students are at home, they have interaction with their partner who they've exchanged phone numbers with a friend in class, and they can ask and answer questions when we have our oral questions, or they can just help each other out, explain things if they're lost at home. Also, if they have any questions while they're at home, I have a Google Doc called Preguntas, so it just means questions, and they can post them there, and then in real time, live, I will answer them. As far as absences, if your child is absent, please just have them complete the work that was posted for the students who are online that day. I also encourage the kids to make things up as soon as possible. I say 5 school days, but I realize that can be difficult because they can only come in on their scheduled in-person day to make something up or to retest. I do allow students to retest on any test or quiz. They have to complete all of just some extra activities so that they can learn the material. They have to make corrections on their test, and then I average the two grades together. As far as getting help, again, they can post a question in real time and I will answer it as soon as I get to it. They can also call their partner. But I also have, anytime in Schoology, you'll see I have tons of resources that anytime you see game, juego, or práctica, practice, those are games that they can play to practice the grammar and vocab, and it actually gives them the correct answers. That's always nice to get that feedback right away. Also, we're always building on previously learned material. So if the students don't understand something, they need to ask right away and come to an understanding so that they aren't lost in the future. So I do always recommend that the kids come and get help as soon as possible so that we can get them up to speed. Internet translators, as well as help from native speakers, is not allowed because if that is the case, then the students aren't doing the work themselves and then they're not learning the skills that they need to learn. There are tons of benefits of learning Spanish with over 500 million Spanish speakers worldwide. There's a big market out there, job-wise, for people who have some basic Spanish conversational skills. So this is really attractive to employers and also colleges. And these are just some newer statistics that we have about the usefulness of Spanish. And as I always say, if an employer has two candidates for a job and they're pretty similar, if one has written on their resume that they have some basic conversational Spanish skills, they are more likely to get hired just because of the sheer number of Spanish speakers. They may have fellow employees that are Spanish speaking, or perhaps customers, or maybe they're a multinational company and they work with other companies with other Spanish speakers. So it's always a great skill to have. It also shows that you understand the perspective of others, and it helps you get along with others well. So we have created some exciting new courses above the Spanish 1 through 4. So Spanish 1 through 4, we learn the grammar and vocab. After kids have completed Spanish 4, they could go on and become fluent on their own if they put the work and time in. But we also have some courses to help them out. So after they have completed Spanish 4, they could take Spanish for Careers. It's offered only in the spring. And this is a course that I have tailored to help kids use their basic conversational Spanish within their chosen career. So it is actually personalized to their career choice. If they are not sure of their future career, they can still take the course. And I would just advise them to choose business as their career, since that's a really big group that a lot of jobs fall under. Next, we also have Hispanic Film and Culture. This is offered only in the fall. And this is an exciting new course that Senator Krieger is offering. The students will watch films in Spanish relating to culture of Spanish-speaking countries and then discuss them. We also have the Global Scholars Program, and this is a credentialing that students can get upon graduation if they complete the requirements. So, the Global Scholars Program is basically a program where students gain a global perspective. They get to understand other cultures and other peoples, and that helps them to become a more well rounded person, and it makes them more attractive to employers and to colleges. So basically, what they have to do here at the high school, they have to take 4 years of the same world language. That would be Spanish or German. They have to take 4 other courses with a global perspective. So, Spanish for Careers counts for that, Hispanic Film and Culture, AP Spanish, but also there are a lot of other cross curricular courses that count as well. So, choir counts, marketing counts. I know that there's some courses, British literature. So there are tons of courses, and we have a whole handout that shows a chart of all of the courses that fall under this global perspective. It just means that part of the course focuses on a different culture or language. Then they need to complete 20 hours of community service. They need to attend 4 extracurricular activities with a global focus, and they need to create literature or media reviews for 8 different items. Now this could be 4 must-be books, but then the rest could be maybe they watched Ferdinand or Coco, or other movies that have a global perspective to them. And it doesn't have to be Spanish or German. It could be any culture. We also have AP Spanish Service Learning as an option. And if you are interested in that, it also counts for our Global Scholars Community Service hours. And you would just reach out to Senorita Krieger. You would have to be in AP Spanish in order to qualify for this. And if your child might be interested in Global Scholars and they don't know what it is, please have them reach out to Senorita Krieger or to myself, and we will be happy to explain it to them. The Spanish Language Ambassadors Program. So upper level Spanish students will be asked to volunteer to serve as ambassadors to help out students who are Spanish speaking as their native language and they are learning English. So in this way, these ambassadors are going to help the students by using their Spanish to help the students learn English. And this does count for Global Scholars Program community service hours since they are using the Spanish language. And if students are interested in that, they can reach out to me. Multicultural Night. So we had planned this for last spring. It didn't quite work with the shutdown, and we're not quite sure if it's going to run this year, but we're really excited about it. And if it doesn't run this year, then we'll definitely get to it the following year. So keep your eyes out for that. As far as hosting and study abroad, all of that is put on hold for right now. But if your child is interested, they can reach out to me and I can provide them with the information for the future. Unfortunately, our field trips are also put on hold for this year, but in the future, we will resume them when it's safe. And the Costa Rica trip was supposed to happen last summer. We have postponed it to this summer. So we are hoping that runs. And at this point, it is on. So it would be too late now to sign your child up for that, but it's every even summer. So in the summer of 2022, that will be our next trip. So your child could start saving up for that, and they must have at least completed Spanish 2 to be able to go on that trip by 2022. That's all I have for you. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to reach out. My email is lstehr, Stehr, at cacalico.org. And you can also call the school. Thanks so much for having your kids take Spanish. We really appreciate it. And we are having a really great time learning with them. And I really thank them for them being so patient with the hybrid schedule. We're all really learning together, but I think it's going great. Take care and thank you so much for watching.